Well, let's kick it off here. Day 2, the TNT Fireworks Bassmaster Elite at Lewis Smith Lake, Coleman, Alabama. This is the Garmin pre-show. Thank you for joining us this morning on Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere else. It's going to be a good one. The tightest tournament of the year predicted by many, and they were correct after day 1. Ounces separating dozens of spots. Pounds will be gold this week, especially culls and upgrades. Talked about Smith Lake being in Coleman, Alabama, just northwest of Birmingham, Alabama. Got 6 anglers on day 2, the top 6, and look at the map, Such, and how they're dispersed.
Spread out. Yeah, I was talking about the cut weight, about 11 pounds. I was right, and I said there'd be some ties. I kind of lowballed that. I said there'd be about 10 ties. There were 21 ties. 54 anglers are tied going into day 2. So that means there's going to be a lot of room for movement. Some guys like Seth Fighter was 85th. He's already in our top 10, 15.
We're already seeing some movement on the leaderboard. We've been fishing or released from the dock for about 45 minutes, and Alex Redwine started the day in 3rd place, up to the lead. Cody Huff just outside the top 6 into 2nd. Corey Johnston, he'll be on camera with us today as well. He was 2nd place, just fallen to 3rd. Justin Hamner, classic champ. We had him on camera yesterday. He is on camera today as well. We showed you the map and how they're dispersed. Let's go down to the man who we were with yesterday. Caught a bonus good largemouth yesterday morning to kick off his tournament. Had a late one as well. A few minutes before check-in, had one equally as big, and that is how he upgraded on Bass Track to get into our top 6 once again.
Bass Track is lighting up, Ronnie.
Justin Hamner was one guy very excited for this tournament to start. He told us that last week, and he backed it up yesterday.
Gonna be a hot one today. Everybody stay hydrated,
it's gonna
stay
be,
safe.
Dude, for as bad of a day as I thought we had yesterday, to be in 6th, like, okay.
Not a swim, a dip.
Because if it actually does, if I start connecting with what I thought I could connect with, it could get really, really good. So, yeah, to be able to do that with as bad as I struggled, I'm definitely happy with that. We got 1 minute.
A little bit of talk from Justin Hamner at the boat ramp this morning. Like we said, 6 o'clock was the start of takeoff there at Smith Lake Park. If you're around the Alabama region and want to come, weigh-ins are there, takeoffs are there. The expo will start up at 10 a.m. tomorrow and on Sunday. Try to beat the heat, but we've had a little bit of a switch up in weather, Such. Had sun, hot, in the 90s every day of practice, and then we had clouds and rain yesterday. It really didn't get sunny till the end, and looks pretty hazy and cloudy this morning as well.
Partly cloudy most of the day. Won't reach 90 degrees, though. Hooked up.
That's something. That's something all right there. Oh, yeah.
This is earlier this morning.
That's a good one.
Some guys starting closer to takeoff to make sure they get some quick fishing time in, but as you saw the way the map is, about 45 minutes, an hour into the day. If they've caught a few, they can now head to where they may stay for most of the day.
Strong. Where are you going? Oh gosh. That's a dang, real good one. Yeah, that's how you get it started. Whew. That's old tank, son. That's old spotted dog. Old spotted dog. Son, what? What just? That's how you
get it started.
That is indeed how you get it started. Yesterday we saw him early with a 3-pound largemouth. A 3-pound spot will go a long way as well.
Ronnie saw about 25 fish on Bass Track and coming in over 3 pounds yesterday. They went a long way. The guys who even had the 4-pounders, so like 5 4-pounders were
Yeah, I would say even more than 25 with the way the Bass Track translated the leaderboard.
Smith Lake. Had a decent bag yesterday. Yesterday I just kind of stumbled upon just a few better than average fish. I mean, I had 2 that were right around the 3-pound mark. Wasn't expecting that in practice at all. I thought I could catch maybe close to 12 pounds in practice, but I mean, today I'm just going to take what I can get. A little bit different conditions today. We'll see a lot more sun, which I'm not exactly sure what those spotted bass are going to do. I mean, in practice we're dealt with sun pretty much every day, so eventually it's going to be just like practice when the sun comes out. So hopefully we can just somehow run into those a little bit better average Smith Lake spotted bass, those kind of upper 2-pounders, maybe a 3-pounder, but either way we're just gonna try really hard and have fun and hopefully catch somewhat close to what we had yesterday.
You can see him at the boat ramp this morning. It looked like he was one of the first few boats to leave, which means he was one of the last ones yesterday. I've just been seeing kind
of individuals. I'm looking at like 3 or 4 right now that are just cruising on the screen. Trying to entice them with this Berkeley finisher, but they don't seem to want to play. But it's just one of those things where you just got to cast at so many. Like no fish. Like if a fish doesn't bite the first cast, it's like move on and just cover water. But this is just a little finisher. It's kind of, I mean, this thing imitates the little shad that they've been feeding on all week. I mean, I got herring and shad or whatever spit up all on the front deck from yesterday, but just casting at pretty much everything I see, and all it takes is 5 of the right blobs, I guess, on the screen to bite and get in the boat. So, I mean, like I said, cast as much as you can and hope for the best. But so far, we're having fun trying to talk these fish into biting.
Alex Redwine having a great, this is some catches from earlier, but it's having a great Alabama swing. Top 10 last week, Such, and starting out Smith Lake in the top 10.
Good standing in the AOY. Speaking of AOY, McKinney was 30th, tied for 30 with 2 others, Ronnie. A pound less, he had 12-2, a pound less, he'd be around 55th, which could happen today if there's 5 guys in our top 12 who are in the top 10 in AOY who could chase. Hamner cut the lead from 59 to
Hamner and Cody Huff did their job.
35 points. So
6th and 8th, I think. Cody Huff started the day in 8th. So the 2 closest pursuers to Trey McKinney cut his lead in half yesterday. At least half for Hamner. He was about 59 points down and cut about 24, 25 off of it.
Huff's still 63 back. He cut 23 off, and John Garrett and Shakurit moved up. Corey Johnston as well.
We'll keep an eye and monitor the AOY race. So we're out with Corey Johnston, winner at the St. Johns River earlier this year.
It's going all right so far. I got one okay one, another keeper, but they're definitely a lot smarter today, for sure. These fish, I mean, they smarten up quick. If you catch one out of a group, the odds are you're not catching another one because they know the program. So a lot of these fish, I mean, they seen these baits yesterday and they're shying right away from them. So not sure if we have to downsize or do something, but we'll see. There's definitely not as many either. It's kind of like it was yesterday though. It's cloudy and these fish are spread out all over the place right now. Seems like the sunnier it gets, the more they concentrate, group up. Keep covering some water.
Kind of story, Such, when we talk to these anglers is, and Davey can relay how the conversations went as well, but it's kind of, you ask the question, are you fishing for the homeless bass? Or are you fishing for bass that have a home? And we're seeing obviously Corey fishing over 70 feet of water. Can't even see the bottom on his electronics. most likely fishing fish that are suspended high in the water column over deep water, something that Alex Redwine's doing. And just the lack of safety and security that is, knowing that you don't necessarily have a spot that they're exactly at, that you kind of get to an area and look around.
Could relocate them every day.
Yeah, they could swim around 100 yards this way, that way, but those brush pile fish have a place to relocate back to, and so we'll keep an eye on that as who takes longer to find their fish, where their fish go, and if you get on that first drop, like Corey's saying, maybe the biggest of that group you target, and then they don't bite, but you at least got a kicker.
The best one out of it, you're doing well. Look, guys like Hunter Shrike, the Phoenix Boats Big Bass, a 4.7. 15-15 is day one weight. I was a little surprised.
A lot of Larrys in his bag.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of largemouth.
3 of them, I thought.
So we'll keep an eye on the largemouth spotted bass battle back and forth. Alex Redwine catching some of those homeless bass, the ones that just swim around and chase blueback herring. Keep an eye on that. Cody Huff moved up to second. We will see how it all goes with the full crew. Tommy, Davey standing by to take the reins in 5 minutes on Bassmaster.com. We'll be there all day, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. We will see you there. Live mix as well.